A risk does not necessarily materialize. The issue is that you need to identify it and mitigate against it. Because one of the risks is the risk of coup d'etat, to say there is a potential risk of a coup d'etat. We have identified it and we've put measures to mitigate against it.
But guys, let's be honest. The timing of the presidency to come out with this matter is a bit off, man. It's a bit off. Not after General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi came out with that press conference and some people were accusing the general of trying to take over the country. And now the presidency is telling us that there's a potential risk for coup d'etat, and we have put in the measures against it. I mean, if I was not Thomas Mabaso, I would actually think that these people are accusing the general of what the general has already been accused of. And them saying that they have put in the measures to mitigate it, they are basically trying to say that we have stopped this person from taking over this country. I'm not saying that. And guys, I'm not saying that she's lying about the supposed potential risk for coup d'etat. These people there, they have intelligence briefings. They actually know things that we don't know about. She could be telling the truth. But I'm just saying that the timing is a bit off. The timing is a bit off. Am I making any sense?
So that's why we say to South Africans, there has not been anyone attempting to do a coup in South Africa.
I feel like this message is not directed to ordinary South Africans. I guess this is what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like these people are communicating with the ordinary South Africans when they say that in South Africa there must be no one who's trying to pull off the coup d'etat. I don't think that they are talking to us, average Joes. I don't think so. I think this is a subliminal message from the presidency to maybe in the military or maybe in the South African Police Service Force. I don't know. But clearly they are not talking to us. And I don't appreciate her trying to pretend like she's talking to us as average people. We don't have the powers. We don't have the weapons. We don't have the groups to do all of these things. But this message is not for us, average Joes. I don't think so.
We have identified it and we've put measures to mitigate against it. So that's why we say to South Africans, there has not been anyone attempting to do a coup in South Africa. In the last few days or in the last few weeks, there has not been anyone attempting to do a coup in South Africa.
I mean, guys, come on, guys. Come on. This is reverse psychology at its best. This is reverse psychology at its best. Everything that she's saying, it's almost as if it is the opposite of it. Everything that she said sounds like she actually means the opposite of it. And if this is how she is, I must say that she's quite brilliant, because I don't think that our poor journalists actually understand her like this. There's a potential risk. We have put in the measures to mitigate against it. And we are telling South Africans that nobody must come up with this idea of the coup d'etat. And there is no one who has attempted this in the past couple of days, couple of weeks. Man. Jeez. You know, guys, I listened to this clip last night and I was like, damn, what the hell is the Minister of the Presidency saying? I was like, what the hell is she saying? What did she say? Let's listen to her, guys, from the beginning. I'm sorry, man.
A risk does not necessarily materialize. The issue is that you need to identify it and mitigate against it. Because one of the risks is the risk of coup d'etat, to say there is a potential risk of a coup d'etat. We have identified it and we've put measures to mitigate against it. So that's why we say to South Africans, there has not been anyone attempting to do a coup in South Africa. In the last few days or in the last few weeks, there has not been anyone attempting to do a coup in South Africa. We can say that not that they are not people planning. They are, but we're continuously monitoring them and making sure that we deal with those.
So when are you going to monitor the criminals that are committing crimes in this country? Because listening to the Minister of the Presidency, it's almost as if she's assuring our safety, that you guys are safe. And we know that we are not safe as South Africans. And I don't think that her words are enough to actually make us feel like we are safe. Because as average South Africans, we are living with the realities of what these people are preaching for. And this lady is standing there assuring us that we are safe, but we can see that we are not safe. I mean, right now, as we speak, we are debating about the borders, we are debating about the crime that is happening in this country, and it's getting worse. The crime is getting worse. The killings, the kidnappings, everything is getting worse. And now the people are living with anxiety, because at the same time, we have a lot of people that are coming in this country illegally, and some of these people are committing heinous crimes. And there's no justice for the families of the victims. And this is the reality that we as South Africans are living with. And the people don't see this progress that these people always talk about. They don't see this progress. I mean, right now, the people's suspicions about the South African Police Service have been confirmed. People have been suspicious of the South African Police Service for a very long time. It's just that us, as average South Africans, we don't have that kind of evidence that maybe General Mkhwanazi has or these people know of. But the people have always been suspicious of the South African Police Service to say that there's no way that the institution can actually operate like this. Clearly, this institution is working with the people that are not good. People have been saying that for years. And now with the general coming out and telling us the corruption that is happening there, people's suspicions are confirmed. And this is an institution that is supposed to keep South Africans safe. And we are learning that these people are working with the biggest of the biggest criminals. So you cannot assure South African safety by just standing there and telling us that we are safe. And I think it would be unfair to actually expect South Africans to say that we believe that we are safe because Minister Ntshavheni is telling us that we are safe.
We can say that not that they are not people planning. They are, but we're continuously monitoring them and making sure that we deal with those. It's for those reasons that we unveiled, and like I said earlier, when things are done, everybody else will claim the glory for the work that we have done. So we can't come and say, well, of course there are those who go with cameras and say we are arresting, I almost went there. We are arresting these people for this and this. They don't tell you that is intelligence driven and it's from us. It's us who pass. We don't have the arresting power to make sure we stay proper and clean and uphold the constitutional principles of our country. So we then rely on the law enforcement agencies to do the arrest, but who would have done this paid work?
The same law enforcement agencies that have been broken down. The same law enforcement agencies that have been broken down. And guys, when the minister in the presidency says that some people are claiming victory for their work, she's actually taking subliminal jabs at the DA. And the DA, I hope that you guys are listening, because this is, if there's one campaign that the ANC has actually succeeded to drive against the DA, even on social media, is this thing that everything that is being achieved by a minister of the DA, that is the work that was started by the ANC. This thing, there is absolutely nothing that the ministers of the DA can actually say, okay, this is what we have accomplished. As soon as they say that, guys, look at us, this is what we have done, the ANC will come and say that, no, why are you taking credit for our work? Because we have been putting work in this thing. It's just that we lost the elections because we were incompetent. But we put work in this, and you cannot claim the victory for this. And this is not something that the DA is winning. I mean, like, not even on social media. Even on social media, the people that are supposedly anti-ANC. When it comes to that, they are saying, no, we are not giving the DA any credit. Don't give the DA any credit. It doesn't matter. Anything that is being achieved by the minister of the DA, the ANC says, no, we put in work. It is our work. We were still going to implement it. It's just that we lost the elections. Man, it is insane that even in times like these people still do have time to play petty politics, man. It's insane how they still have time to play petty politics. But then again, it's politics. What can you say?
That is intelligence driven, and it's from us. It's us who pass. We don't have the arresting power to make sure we stay proper and clean and uphold the constitutional principles of our country. So we then rely on the law enforcement agencies to do the arrest, but who would have done this paid work? And then political parties protesting. I don't know why they're protesting. For one thing, I know General Ntshavheni does not need anyone's protection.
What did she say? What did she say?
Protesting. I don't know why they're protesting. For one thing, I know General Ntshavheni does not need anyone's protection. So I don't know why they're protesting. We need to understand the decision of the president.
Of course, he needs the protection. Of course, he does. Of course, he does. And the police, the National Commissioner of the South African Police Service, he actually told us that they even beefed up his security. So, of course, he does.
The president has to uphold the provisions of the Constitution. He has to ensure that there is due process. It's not just about the allegations made by General Nkonas. It's about what the NIP has identified. If you recall, when I was reading, I can maybe I must just get my tablet and read the problems. And if I can get a note, there is a mandate in that which we have not, when you see, of decontaminating the criminal justice system in the country. Because we are aware of the challenges that are there, and that's why there is a priority that deals with that. To say, decontaminate the criminal justice system of criminality, of corruption, and all that. There is that mandate that is given by NICOC in the National Intelligence Estimate and Priorities. So that work continues to unfold, and we don't have the privilege like my other departments, State SA and GCIS and the Presidency, where we can come and give a blow-by-blow of progress of how far we've gone in implementing X or implementing Y, because we threaten national security when we do so.
And guys, you know, one thing I don't understand is when these people say that these things that the general is speaking about, these are allegations. I don't think that they are allegations, but because the general has not been proven wrong, not even on simple thing that he has said. He has not been proven wrong. If anything, the general has been proven right. The general has been proven right. And when these people say that these are allegations, are they basically trying to tell us that the president doesn't know about these things that the general has alleged? If they say that these are mere allegations, do they expect South Africans to actually believe that the president didn't know anything about these allegations? But then guys, they are saying that there's a potential risk for the coup d'etat. I don't know. What do you think about that? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. The most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Maba, so I will see you next time. Bye-bye.